Growing up as a kid, football was always a part of my life. It felt like it was etched in my DNA.
1, 2, down. Stand. Hit. Hit.
I am Jason Goulet. I am a C5-6 quadriplegic. I grew up in a small town in Minnesota called Tower Sedan.
Growing up, Jason was happy-go-lucky, always active, busy all the time. He wasn't with friends, he was with his dad.
I was a top athlete. I excelled in football, basketball, baseball.
I'm Jason's father. I was also his high school football coach and baseball coach. He was an outstanding three-sport athlete, and he was actually a coach on the field.
My senior year, we went to a scrimmage. It was the second week of the season. My dad was like, I got to play. I was like, no, I have to play. And I called the play. I went down the sideline, so I lowered my shoulder and took the hit and broke my neck immediately.
I went over and talked to him, and he was very afraid at that time.
My dad came over and kneeled down next to my head. The first thing out of my mouth was, I don't want to end up in a wheelchair. The doctor came back and said, you're never going to walk again. And see, this is where I say off.
I had to deal with my own feelings in terms of having a disabled son, and also Jason had to go through what he was going through in terms of not possibly walking again.
He had to figure out how to deal with me, but at the same time, I had to figure out who I was, because I didn't know who I was.
The recovery process was hard, but we managed. I prayed a lot.
I said I was going to walk across the stage unassisted to get my diploma.
Jason made a pledge to himself without telling us that he would walk across the stage at graduation.
No one believed me that I would walk.
It was kind of an aha moment, kind of fear at first, not knowing if he could do it.
He had a community that really backed him and did everything they possibly could to help him heal. He thought it was the best way to repay them.
That's where my dad started to help me exercise. I was still going to outpatient rehab, but he was also there kind of coaching me again.
He knew his body and what he could and couldn't do. And he did it. He walked across the stage completely unassisted, with the audience breathless.
When I was a kid, I was on the football field with my dad. Someone took a picture of us, and I thought, for me to see that smile again would be to win a state championship in football. He's never won one. I break my neck. I don't think I'll ever be able to give him that smile on his face. When I walk across the stage, I see that smile. When I look back on that night, my father and I sitting there, he's the coach, but he wasn't saying anything to me. But yet I was going to perform for him. So it was back to the coach, the quarterback, but mostly it was the father-son.
Jason has that inside himself to say, you know what, I'm disabled, but I'm going to move above it, I'm going to get on with it, and I'm going to show people what it's all about. I don't know of anyone that could have done what he did, and I give all the credit to him completely.
Your stress is no different than my stress. Each day, I got to figure out how to move forward. If you're stressed and you don't know how to figure out how to move forward, you're going to be more disabled than I am. The one word that just sticks in my head is can't. No, I can. I just have to figure it out. Is it a constant pushing of the boundaries? I think anyone with a disability does that because we just want to live.